Hello again, everyone. Marcus here. I review stuff. And today, we're doing something a little bit different. So as you can see on the screen, it says Nothing Else Matters, and it says Metallica. But if you've already clicked on the video, you know we're not doing the actual Metallica version of this song. We're going to be doing the version that Miley Cyrus actually just released. Now, the reason this is a little bit different is because this was not come as a request. Just about every song that I've put out, every reaction that I've put out has come to you as a request from one of my viewers. This one is not the case. I mean, however, I'm still, of course, taking requests. If you want to request something, just leave it in the comments, and I'll be sure to add it to my list. But for this one, what happened was I was on Twitter last night, and I just saw that Metallica had posted this thing about this huge, like, 7-disc album that's coming out, where it's like 53 artists or something like that, covering the Black Album. Different artists are covering different songs from the Black Album. They're putting it into like one compilation and then selling it off for charity. So it was like, and apparently they released one of the songs by Miley Cyrus here. It's a cover of Nothing Else Matters. So let's get a few comments out of the way first and foremost. First of all, I've heard this song, the Metallica version. I've been a lifelong fan of Metallica, honestly. So that's why you never see any Metallica on my channel. I've heard it all from them, you know. And so I'm not going to be disingenuous. I'm not going to pretend to be one of those reaction channels that has never heard of Metallica, you know. I know Metallica. I love Metallica, which is a shame because I know a lot of like YouTube reaction channels blow up when they do Metallica, because you know Metallica has been around for so long. They're one of the biggest bands of all time. They have such a following that it's like, yeah, you know, you react to Metallica, you're set. So kind of a detriment to me having, you know, heard them before and been a huge fan of them. But regardless, I'm a fan of Metallica through and through, and this might be a Metallica hot take, but you can love the Black Album and you can love Master of Puppets. You can love And Justice for All and Reload. You can love fucking Saint Anger, and you can also love Kill 'Em All. I mean, there are many people like myself who just love Metallica from start to finish, man. I mean, I've been a lifelong Metallica fan. And everything they've put out, I've liked at least one or two songs from it. I can't say I love every album. I can't say I love Saint Anger start to finish, but there are a couple of good songs in there. Okay, so let's get the Metallica hate out of the way right now. We're not here to diss Metallica. We're not here to diss the Black Album. Nothing but respect for these guys. Second thing, let's get the Miley Cyrus hate out of the way. You know, I don't listen to pop music very much at all, I'll be completely honest. So I'm pretty unfamiliar with Miley Cyrus's work. Really, all I know from her is just, you know, those songs that kind of blow up and become memes on the internet, like the Wrecking Ball or whatever that song was, Party in the USA, stuff like that you kind of become almost memeified on the internet. But other than that, I mean, I really don't have much experience with Miley Cyrus, and definitely no hate from Miley Cyrus on my end. I'm going in just hoping for a really good song, for a really good cover of one of my favorite bands of all time. So yeah, let's leave the hate at the door. Let's just listen and hope that she puts on a good rendition. And then, of course, at the end of the day, I'm going to give my honest thoughts. If it's a good cover, I'm going to say it's a good cover. If I'm not digging it, I'm going to say I'm not digging it. So everybody gets their fair chance on this channel, all right? Now, one thing I will say is that with this performance, it also features Watt, Elton John, Yo-Yo Ma, Robert Trujillo from Metallica, and Chad Smith, I believe, from Red Hot Chili Peppers, and of course, you know, Elton John. So a lot of legends on this track as well. So let's see if they can carry it. Anyway, one more time, this is Miley Cyrus featuring that long list of people I just mentioned. Nothing Else Matters, originally by Metallica. Let's give it a shot. I like the piano so far. It's a very beautiful sort of change to the original Metallica version.
So close, no matter how far.
yeah.
Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are. No, nothing else matters. No, nothing else matters.
Yeah, man. I don't know about you guys, but I like that a lot. That was really, really good. Very faithful cover, while still adding, their own spin to it. Now, apparently, this is not like Miley Cyrus's first time covering this song. When I was looking for this on YouTube, there were quite a few actually performances of her doing this, I guess, at some of her concerts as well, so she's very familiar with this. But a good cover is hard to achieve, I feel like, because one, you have to stay faithful enough to the original to really be a cover, while two, you have to sort of do your own thing, in a sense that you have to change it up enough that it warrants your cover, you covering it. So the reason you listen to a cover is because you want to hear this song that you already know and love, but with a spin from an artist that you know and love as well. So in this case, you want to listen to a song like this because you like Metallica and you like Nothing Else Matters, but you also like the vocal stylings of Miley Cyrus, that kind of thing. So a good cover is hard, and I think they really pulled it off here. It was very recognizably Nothing Else Matters. But what the piano and Yo-Yo Ma on, I actually don't know what instrument Yo-Yo Ma plays. Cello, maybe? I know he's super famous. I mean, a huge musician, right? But what he brings to this one as well, I think, was fantastic. I think the drumming was good, a little jarring at some points. That's the thing with the cover too. When you know a song so well that you kind of know every little note and where it belongs, in a sense, when they kind of mess around with it, you're like, wait a minute. And so the biggest part I noticed there was that guitar solo. I'm glad that they did still include a nice guitar solo, but it was definitely the guitarist's own rendition of it. They put their own spin on it, which, again, great. That's part of making a cover. But it was just kind of jarring, like, that's not the solo I'm used to, So regardless, a fantastic performance from these guys. I thought they did a really, really great job. I'm wondering, actually, if they have... I'm curious as to who did what. So I've never actually heard of Watt. I'm guessing they were on guitar. Elton John, I'm assuming, was on piano. Yo-Yo Ma on strings. Cello, I assume that was. Robert Trujillo, most likely on bass, right? And then Chad Smith, most likely on the drums. Just going off of what I know from the instruments that they typically play. So, yeah, I thought it was great. I wonder if Genius has any information on this yet. I just typed Nothing Else Matters by Metallica. But I wonder if they have, like, the Miley Cyrus rendition here. What am I doing? I'm typing. That's right. They got the Miley Cyrus version. They do. I'm just checking because I want to see if they have sort of the credits on here of who did what. Yeah, so there it is. Bass, Robert Trujillo. Cello, Yo-Yo Ma. Drums, Chad Smith. Guitar, Watt. Piano, Elton John. Dang, yeah, I nailed it. All right. Again, I've never even heard of Watt. I'm going to do a quick click and see what comes up for Watt. Andrew Wattman. Again, I'm not familiar. Andrew Watt, better known as simply as Watt, is an American singer, songwriter, musician, and producer from New York City, New York. Watt is best known for co-producing a wide variety of singles with artists such as DJ Snake, Kygo, Marshmello, Lost My Place, Post Malone, Alesso. Okay, so pretty popular producer, it sounds like. In early 2017, he released a single called Burning Man. Guitarist and backing vocalist for the English-American rock band California Breed. I haven't ever heard of them. Anyway, sorry, I wanted to take a quick look at that. Anyway, I'm not really going to break down the lyrics like I typically do, just because obviously the song was originally written by Metallica, and so I'm not going to give credit to these artists for writing Metallica's song. But if you've heard this song, you know it's a beautiful song. It's a wonderful song. Definitely a huge bright spot on the Black Album there. Just a fantastic, fantastic song. So I won't spend time going into the lyrics on this one. But what I will talk about is that performance. Like I said, it's a fine line to walk with a cover. I feel like Miley Cyrus, her vocals here were fantastic. There was actually a really deep sort of richness to her voice that I really wasn't expecting. Again, my knowledge of Miley Cyrus comes from her most like pop-oriented, radio-friendly songs, if you will. Again, Party in the USA, or what was the other one? Wrecking Ball, where she has definitely a much different vocal style than what she used here. Here, like I said, there was a very deep sort of richness to her voice that I think really lent itself well to the subject matter of the song and to the way that they were playing it. So, fantastic job on their end. On her end with the vocal performance. Elton John on piano. The moment that piano came in, it was gorgeous. And credit to Metallica, first of all, because, I mean, that riff is recognizable anywhere. I mean, they did such a great job crafting the song Nothing Else Matters, and that guitar is undeniable. I mean, you hear it and you immediately go, oh, that's Nothing Else Matters. You know, it's one of those like most recognizable riffs of all time. But to hear a rendition of it on piano, I think, was super impactful and gorgeous. So huge kudos to Elton John for that. And again, that's what makes a cover so great, is that we already know how great that original guitar piece is, but now you sort of hear it on piano and you're like, wow, what a new sort of fresh take on it, if you will. And again, Elton John's not the first person to cover this song on piano, but to just hear it sort of in this official capacity was really nice. With Yo-Yo Ma, I really like what he brought on cello there, especially towards the back half of the song. He really came through, and again, just you take that already beautiful guitar piece and you throw it on piano, you throw it on cello, and it just sounds so good. I like what Watt did on guitar. Like I said, just because I'm so familiar with the original, that when he threw in that guitar solo, I was like, that's not what I'm used to hearing. But it still sounded really good. It was his nice, like, fresh take on it. Again, an integral part of doing a cover. Robert Trujillo on bass, of course, he's in Metallica. He knows how to play this song probably by heart by now. So the bass sounded fantastic coming through on this one. And then for drums, the drums sounded really good. Nice energy to the song. There were a couple times where it kind of threw me off. And again, I think part of that is just knowing the original so being so familiar with the original that I'm like, okay, there were some drum pieces in there that sounded a little bit off to me. But again, I'm just kind of chalking that up to the fact that this is a cover. It's not supposed to be a one-for-one remake, you know. So I think everyone did a fantastic job on their respective instruments and with the vocal performance. This was a very solid cover in my opinion. I give it 2 thumbs up for the instrumentation, the vocals, the lyrics for Metallica, you know. And then as far as replay value goes, honestly, nothing will ever to me beat the original, and that's the case with most covers. I honestly feel like the original is always the best to me. But there are definitely some covers that are undeniable. They make it on the playlist. It's like, yes, I prefer the original, but this one is still really, really good. And I feel like this is one of those that this is really, really good, and I want it on my playlist. I can't wait to listen to it again. It was a lot of fun. And so I'm excited for this album. I watched the whole like trailer, the 5-minute, 6-minute, whatever it was, trailer that they put out for this album. And there's going to be a ton of artists that I've actually reviewed on this channel that are going to be doing covers of Metallica songs. I remember seeing Jason Isbell. I've done quite a few songs from him at this point. There was Chris Stapleton. I've done maybe 1 or 2 songs from him as well. There's Ghost. I like Ghost a whole lot. They're a really cool band. Let's see, what else was there? There were so many bands where I was like, oh, I know that band, or oh, hey, I've done that band on my channel. There was Sean James, I want to say. I've done him on the channel. Yeah, there were so many where I was like, oh, I've either listened to them on the channel, or hey, I've already liked that artist a long time, and they're going to do a great job with this cover. So really looking forward to that 7-disc album, and just can't wait to hear all the awesome covers of the Black Album. Black Album, honestly, one of my favorites. Again, no Metallica hate here. I like Metallica through and through. So yeah, fantastic performance. 2 big thumbs up. Had a lot of fun listening to this cover. Hopefully you did as well, and if you enjoyed the music, go support the artists. Go support all of them. Go support Metallica. Go support Miley. Go support Elton, Yo-Yo Ma. Go support all of them. They've earned it, you know. But yeah, if you want to support them, go listen to their music, you know. Go listen to the cover. It was great. And of course, if you want to support me, just all the normal stuff you do on YouTube, you know, like and subscribe and comment. Speaking of the comments, leave your suggestions down there. If you want to hear more Metallica, again, I've heard Metallica my whole life, but I'll listen to them some more on the channel. If you want to see me do some more Metallica covers, I'd be happy to do more Metallica covers as well. Tell me what good ones are out there. So yeah, that's going to be it for me. Hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.